Good morning, everybody. Barb Pitcock here. Happy Saturday. I hope all of you are having an amazing day. We're going to get started right on time. And I would encourage you today to grab a notebook. If you don't have my planner, it's amazing. I have been in this thing all morning. Got up this morning at 4:30 a.m., left the house. I was taking Dave to the airport. And when we were almost there, we got a message that said, flight is delayed for 6 hours. Your crew needs rest. So, holy cow, I have been getting ready for this call for the last 4 hours. And I will tell you guys, it's going to be amazing. So I was going to do an exercise with all of you, which I really think is the number one reason that Dave and I have succeeded in so many things that we've done. And most people will never do this step. Anybody want to guess what the number one thing is that I would tell you we did that led us to make millions of dollars? Drop in the comments what you think that is. What do you think is the number one thing that we did that helped us make our first $1 million? Well, we made our first million in direct sales, and that was in 2020. That was in 1999. And so we had been hard at it for 3 years. And that year, we absolutely exploded our business. Callie was a newborn baby. And there was just this getting it to the boiling point, right? Getting it to the boiling point. And the number one thing that we did, most people will not do. And I will tell you, it's the simplest thing to do. And I'm going to talk about it today on this live stream. So 17 things that I wrote down that helped us to make our first $1 million. And the number one thing, it is step number one. It is the thing that nobody does consistently. And I say it every day. I teach it every day. I do it every day. Most people won't do it. And that is that in order for you to manifest, if you don't have what you want and you're hating what you're going through, you're hating your current situation, you're not comfortable, what is it that most of us don't do? We don't begin with the end in mind. And I'm telling you, every single one of us manifests every single day. We either manifest what we want or we manifest what we don't want. And most people are getting more and more and more of what they don't want because all they think about is what they don't want, and they get it more and more and more every single day. So everyone manifests every single day. We manifest the things that we think about on a consistent basis. So the number one thing, define your dreams and goals. Get a burning desire for their achievement and look at it every single day, multiple times a day, in the morning, at noon, when you go to the bathroom, when you're driving your car, on your visor, on your toilet, on a little card. It needs to be everywhere, because what happens is people begin and then they stall, and then they stall, and then they begin and then they stall. And our secret millions of dollars. I will tell you, every year consistently, except the years that we had a company that stopped paying us, or maybe we had a business that we believed was going to be forever, and then all of a sudden it wasn't forever. I mean, that's an uncontrollable. Other than that, we have stayed in that income level because we manifest that. We know what we need to make in order to be okay, in order to make impact. And when you know what you need and you focus on it, what happens is you become what you think about on a daily basis. So everyone manifests every single day. If you don't have what you want right now, I want you to look yourself in the mirror and say, why is this my life? And I will tell you, it is the sum of your thoughts, because your thoughts become emotions, and your emotions cause you to do or not to do. And most people start and stop and start and stop. And I've had so many people say to me, well, you're better than I am. I could never keep going like that. There's only one reason why people don't keep going and achieve their goals and dreams and get to the $1 million, if that is your goal. It is because you stop doing the right things. You stop manifesting because fear or other things get in the way. Number two, you got to be, then you got to do, then you're going to have. And most people never be. They just do and do and do and do, and they never have. And the reason why they never have what they want is because they're so busy working that they don't stop first to become, to be that person with the millionaire mindset, to be that servant heart and leader, to be that person that would author a book that everybody would read, to be the example. We have to begin right now, even with no money, no extra time. Maybe you have zero energy. Maybe you don't even know where the resources will come from or who the people will be. You have to be the person that would attract the right people. You have to be the person that someone would want to be in business with. You have to be the example, even behind closed doors when nobody's looking. I could show you every text I have. I could show you a hidden camera of my life. I be every single day the person that would attract millions of dollars. I be the person that would attract $1 million leader. I be the person that would manifest a healthy family, healthy habits, healthy relationships, doing all the things that that millionaire would do before they would ever have $1 million. They would first become the person that would attract that, because energy matches energy, right? Likes attract likes. And if you're a crappy person, you're going to have a crappy income. If you have a crappy attitude, you're going to have a crappy team. If you have a crappy work ethic, you're going to have a crappy income check at the end of the week. You've got to quit being crappy. Like, you've got to be first, then do the work, then you're going to have the things. And a lot of people do all the work, but they never be, and they sabotage it before it ever comes. Self-sabotage is the number one reason I see most people failing. Oh, they want it. They want it. They even get the right people on their team, and then they suck and their team leaves. They want it. They do the work. They even get the check, and then they suck and the check goes away. And I'm telling you, you have got to work harder on you than you do your business. You work harder on you than you do the daily method of operation, because if you don't be, you won't ever have. Even if you do the work, you will do the work, get the thing, lose it. Do the work, get the thing, lose it. Do the work, get the new recruit, they will quit you. Do the work, get the new customer, they will stop buying. It's you. You are the common denominator that's creating this empire. And I work so hard on myself every single day. It's why I don't know what's happening in politics. It's why I don't know what's in the news. It's why I don't know the latest Netflix series. I'm not hating on you. You can go Netflix and binge the rest of your life away. But when I go to bed on Friday night, I'm thinking about you all on Saturday morning. When I go to bed on Saturday night, I'm thinking who I'm going to serve on Sunday. When I go to bed on Sunday, I'm waking up to drive 8 hours to Dallas, Texas to give. I'm being, I'm doing, and then I'm having. I'm not having this entitlement. I am $1 million earner. I am the one that deserves this. No, I don't deserve anything that I didn't go be the person to match energy with and attract. And the reason we started this little company last November and did $10 million in sales before anyone even knew we were launching next February is because we began with the end in mind, and we could see it. We knew it was going to happen. We didn't know how it was going to happen. We just knew it was going to happen. Now, don't say, oh, Barb, you make it sound so easy. No, everybody that said they were going to be by my side quit. And 5 strangers showed up and said, we're going to Diamond. You know what? The sad thing is, your expectations are going to create so many disappointments. There is only one person that you can really count on. You. You're the one. You're the one that's going to show up. You're the one that's going to be relentless. You're the one that's going to be doing the dang thing when nobody else is doing it. And you know what? That's why you're going to make millions when nobody else does. Because you be, then you do, then you're going to have. And when you have all the prosperity in the world, guess what you're going to want to do? You're going to want to give that to people. You're going to want to give and give and give. Because here's the thing. When you live your life, okay, number one, everyone manifests every day. You got to see it. You got to work on step number 1, defining your dreams, goals, manifesting that on a daily basis by looking at it. Number 2, you got to be, then do, then have, right? So you be the person that would live that life before you're ever going to have that life. Otherwise, you're going to be really exhausted, rebuilding. Just take it from a girl who has a lot of experience of having to start over. I'm not a slow learner. I learned the lesson. I got the t-shirt. I'm trying to save you guys time. 3, live your life above the line. If you're willing to learn and grow, be humble. When you make a mistake, say, I really screwed this up. Could we get a redo here? Like, I wasn't a good leader to you. Could I have a second chance? I wasn't a good mom today. Could you please forgive me for falling short and screaming at the top of my lungs? I wasn't the best wife today. Please forgive me for snapping your head off right when you walked in the door, right? You've got to be teachable, coachable, and be willing to say, I'm not going to blame anyone. I'm going to take full responsibility. And I see so many CEOs, they blame everyone else. They will never take responsibility. They will never say, oh my goodness, I fell short here. What can I do to make this right with you? They just want to blame it on everything else, the economy, the other people they're working with, the dumb, stupid supplier or the software or the leader. Everybody wants to blame. You got to take responsibility. Yes, Sarah, my favorite book, 1 Minute Millionaire. If you want to make millions of dollars, you're going to have to learn these ahas, right? It's very, very simple. Do what other people have done. You can have what other people have. But if you want to blame everyone and you never want to take responsibility, then you're not learning and growing. You never get the learning curve, right? The next one, number 4, abundance is our natural state. Like, we come into this world with so much abundance. We have joy. We have happiness. For the most part, we have great health. Most of us, when we're born, we come in with all love and no hate. We come in with complete non-judgment zone. We don't know any different. And then we learn things. We literally learn things that change the way we are. And we go from abundance to scarcity based on belief systems and people putting jelly in this donut, right? People who put things in your head that maybe aren't even a reality. And we go from an abundance life to limitations. We start setting limitations. We start making boundaries. We have false limiting beliefs, all the things. Our natural state is abundance. And opportunities flow to people that have abundant thinking. Opportunities do not flow to people that have scarcity thinking. And this is another reason why I don't watch the news. I'm very careful what Facebook groups or pages I follow. I cannot do what I do and afford to listen to or be contaminated with all the hate, with all the division. Do I have an opinion? Of course I do. If I was president for one day, there's a whole lot of things I would change. And guess what? It's none of the things either party is talking about. It is because my own personal beliefs, my own personal opinions of what I believe would make the world a better place may not be like all of you, but I know who I am. I am abundant. I give. I love. I have a vision. I see where I'm going, and I want to take everybody with me. But I can't take you with me if you don't have the same habits that I have, because I can't make you rich. I can't teach you rich. I can't give you rich. You would lose it all because you're not conditioned to be an abundant person. You've got to change. In order for abundance to happen in your life, you got to quit the habits that keep you repelling opportunity, repelling the blessings, repelling all the good things that have ever happened to you. We all have days that you want to quit every good thing that's ever happened to you. I have those days, and that's why I have to go back to the number 2 step. I have to be before I can do or have. So stop blaming and focus on abundance. Abundant thinkers constantly believe there is a solution, not a problem. Abundant thinkers take risks. They go do the thing believing this is going to happen for me. They burn the ships. They know it's going to happen. It has to happen. Scarcity thinkers, they always play it safe. They don't want to rock the boat. They're not going to take a risk. They're not going to buy the ticket. They're not going to go make the phone call. They're not even going to try the product, right? Or invest in education, or go to a meeting, or explore that it could happen for them because they're constantly thinking every reason why it can't happen. Number 5, givers get. There is a great book. It's a little red book called The Go-Giver. One year I sent it to everyone for Christmas. It is so good. And I feel like I grew up being raised by a grandma who was literally constantly saying, anything that's mine is yours. Everything that's mine is yours. You can have anything in the house. Like they had a laundromat. And so they had these jars full of quarters. And I can remember when I was growing up, Donkey Kong and pinball machines and Miss Pac-Man and all of that was at the family market right around the corner. And my grandma was never concerned about money. She wanted to literally give it all away. And she would say to me, what's mine is yours. If you want some of them quarters, you can share it with all your friends. Now, can you imagine just $10 rolls of quarters and someone just saying, you can take a bunch of quarters and you guys all go have a good day? She didn't give me anything, but she gave to me to give away, right? So she constantly was giving away her clothes, giving away Bibles, giving away food, giving away quarters, giving away, a free place to stay for a month for someone who was down on their luck. I grew up with a grandmother that gave everything. She was selfless. And I think somewhere deep down, I have an old soul because sometimes I will give away even when I don't have for myself. But I want you guys to write this down. Everything you give plants a seed and it always comes back tenfold. And even if someone steals from you or hurts you or destroys something that was yours, it's literally written in the Bible that he will make your enemies sit at the table and watch you get 10 times what they stole from you. I think it even says they will choke on their food. Like it's ruthless. You got to quit worrying about what somebody did to you, what somebody took from you. If you give it, are you going to get back? Now, I do think I could get better at boundaries sometimes, but I have mastered givers get. I give and I give and I give. I am not selfish. Can you look in the mirror and say, I am not selfish? If you can't, work on that. Because I find that now there's a lot of people that make millions and then they lose it. You guys see those Instagram stories where it's like 5 Hollywood actors that would never get hired again. First of all, I hate those posts because I love those 5 actors. And one of them that I saw this week was Mel Gibson. I mean, did Mel Gibson not make the greatest ever movie with The Passion of Christ? Did he not? I mean, what an amazing movie. And then haters want to tear him down because he went off on a tangent. Maybe he struggled with addiction. Maybe he struggled with mental health. Here's the thing that I see. Haters are never going to be blessed. I've never met a hater that was truly doing well. So first of all, I hate the media and I hate people that hate. That's the one thing I can't stand. Gossip and people that are bullying and saying negative things. But when I think about what happens to an empire, when you have someone that's that big and they have that much success and it all comes crumbling back down, what if right now what he's going through is conditioning him for a comeback that's bigger than anything he ever did? What if it's bigger than his first movie? What if it's bigger than The Passion of Christ? What if God's conditioning him to be greater than great while everyone else might be hating on him? You might be in a season right now where you're low on funds, low on energy, low on belief, maybe your health is struggling. I have been there. 2 years ago, I was more overweight than I had ever been, struggling to even want to get out of bed, fighting for my life with a breathing condition, shingles all over my body, even in the back of my hair, my back burning like someone had a torch on it. And somewhere deep down in the midst of the pain, the agony, the heartache, the grief, burying my mother-in-law, all the things, I would find a way to do this. And this is number 6, change your reality in a snap. And the way that I would find a way, I would think about the pain that I was going through, and I would go back to number 5 and I would be like, how could I give? So I was going through grief. I was going through a battle with a loved one that was struggling with addiction and actually overdosed. literally died in an ambulance and they brought them back. I was so frazzled. I didn't have enough strength to beat my way out of a wet paper bag, but every day I listened to this song. Are you ready for the comeback? She will rise above like an ember from the ashes. Like I would literally drive, and I'm not a screamo music girl at all, but I found this one song, Are You Ready for the Comeback? And I would literally drive 7 hours to Oklahoma. I could be in Oklahoma having a great day with Dave, and one little thing could set us off because of that battle. And I would literally have to grab my bag, get in the car, and drive home 7 hours to take care of an emergency. And instead of crying and thinking there was no hope, I would listen to the song. I was so ready for the comeback. I had people trying to destroy every good thing that I had ever done. And I still said, I hope you're ready for the comeback. I could see myself winning. And what you have to do is change your reality, because your thoughts create emotions, and your emotions create your manifestation, which is number one, the number one thing. And what happens is we become a train wreck because our thoughts are a train wreck and we're expecting things to go bad. Now, I will tell you, when you make a decision that you are going to win and you change your thinking, your words will start to transform everything in your life. So let's move to number 7. Words transform. Did any of you see my reel that I did yesterday? I know some of you were like, wow, she's going off over here. But it is so true, because there is good and there is evil in the world. There is good and there is bad. There is this man over here that says you're going to win. You're going to have everything happen for you. And then there is defeat. So it's victory and defeat every single day. Who's louder? Who do you let get in your head? Who do you let talk you out of all the things you know you could do? Who do you let stop you from taking the risk, doing the thing, going live, making the post, picking up the phone to make the call? It's your words. And if you speak only good, then what happens is you can't gossip. You can't even hate the opposite political party. You're not going to tear down anyone, because you know they have their purpose, and you know it's all going to work out for your good, like everything does. You're not going to gossip. You're not going to hate. You're not going to judge. You're not going to spread any rumors. You're not even going to share things that you probably should share, but you're like, does that really serve me? Why does it matter? I got a lot of stuff going on in my life every single day. I don't call Callie, then call Chance, then call Brooklyn, then tell my mom. I don't care. I literally don't care. This week, my mom called me. Bless her heart. She called me. She's probably watching this. And she goes, Barb, you're not going to believe what happened at my RV park. You know that one kid, you've given him a ride before. He's been in and out of jail. And, he's out of jail now and he's on the streets. Well, the other day he was doing blah, blah, blah. And then he went to my campground to take a free shower. Granted, he's homeless. My mom always is helping the homeless people. My mom is a giver. She's like, can you believe the cops were at my RV park? Literally, he resisted arrest when he came out of the shower. They all took him down in the laundry room. Nobody even called me to tell me that it was happening at my RV park with all these campers. And in my brain, I'm like, first of all, why is she telling me this? Second of all, should I tell anybody else? And thirdly, I felt sorry for the kid. True story. I felt sorry for the kid. I felt sorry for him because, number one, he doesn't have any family. Number two, the system is broken. Number three, can you imagine not even having a place to stay and going to take a shower? And then whether he did or didn't do what someone called him in for doing, here's what I know. Every single one of us is forgiven. And we all come from the same God. And this world is so hateful and so judgmental that I wonder if there's anyone that said, we should pray for this kid. We should help him. Could we drive him to a treatment center? Nope. They just want to lock him up in jail, let him back out. Same cycle, same cycle, same cycle, same cycle. And here's the thing. I live in a small town where people would rather talk bad about the person than go and give and make a difference. And it's the one thing that makes me have a real struggle with living in this small town, because I cannot stand the constant gossip. Now, drop in the comments, do you have family, friends, or people where there's like always a new story and you see them calling and you like, no, right? It's funny because my mom will call me and be like, I'm sorry, I hate to tell you this, but it's like they preface it with that because they know Barb can't stand gossip. Thank God they preface it with that, but sometimes they still got to tell me, right? Well, I'm glad they told me because it actually makes me even stronger in my purpose. It makes me more passionate about what I want to do. It makes me burning with desire because I see something that I can make a difference and change. And so your words transform everything. You can't be having conversation about gossip, tearing people down, even your own competition or people that have hurt you. You cannot speak about it because you give it power. And the reel I did this week, the only way the enemy knows where to attack, the only way the enemy knows how to get you down is because you're speaking it, you're giving it power. Don't talk about your disease. Don't talk about your hurt. Don't talk about your ex. Don't talk about your previous boss. Don't give it any power because your words transform to reality. And when you give it power, you get more of it and more of it and more of it. So don't talk about what you don't want. Only speak about what you want. Number 8, you are your wealth. All you need is one good idea and a commitment to make it happen. I cannot tell you how many good ideas we have had as a family. One of them, my son is working on this patent that he's been working on for like 10 years, and he still thinks it's a great idea. He got the patent started, and then there's a million reasons why not to do it, but he keeps thinking about it. And so obviously he keeps wanting to do it. When you have an idea and you know that you can solve a problem, in the worst of times, I'm telling you, in the worst of times, in the worst economy, when the entire world is in a complete depression, when you see a problem and you come out with a solution and you know that you can make a difference and you go with that with so much commitment, you will make millions of dollars. You will. Because when there's a problem and you can solve the problem and you don't give up on it and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going, which most people won't, you will eventually get there. And that has been our secret. That really has been our secret. All you need is a good idea and the commitment to do it. All the rest can be borrowed. You can borrow other people's money. You can borrow other people's time. You can borrow other people's resources, whether it's a manufacturer, whether it's transportation, whether it's a facility to hold your convention, like whatever it is that you need to really take your idea and launch it, it will all line up. Where the money's going to come from is none of your business. Like Les Brown says, how it's going to happen is none of your business. Just know it's going to happen. And when you're committed like that, you don't make excuses, you don't cancel, you don't quit, you don't give up, you don't rest, you just keep going. And let me tell you, it is not easy. It is not easy. I have been tired, but I keep thinking about the end. I keep beginning with the end in mind, knowing that it will be worth it, that you can have and be and do anything you dream of if you will. Most people won't, but if you will. The next one, number 9, wealth is freedom. So I want you to write down, what is wealth to you? For some people, it's time freedom. For some people, it's financial freedom. For some people, it's spiritual freedom. For other people, it's physical freedom. Like they want to get their health back. They want to get their body back. They need their rest, whatever. For some people, it's actual money. Like they just want the money to know that they could do whatever they want, not have to worry about it. For some people, it's relationship freedom. Like they need to break free from whatever it is. They need to have good, healthy relationships. And then to them, they would be wealthy. They would be wealthy beyond their wildest dreams if they just had family, right? My mother-in-law, Cindy Pitcock, I'm telling you, she was the wealthiest lady you ever known. She didn't have 2 pennies at the end of her life. She literally didn't have much, but she loved being a mom and a grandma. And that's all she thought about. And she was happier than most people, even on her worst days. So wealth doesn't have to mean money. Wealth could mean you live on the lake, you paid for your cabin, you fish when you want, you hunt when you want, you cook out when you want, you have family over when you want, and you're the happiest person alive. It's not about money. I'll tell you, right now, I have a lot of money. And it hasn't been the happiest chapter of my life because I have a lot of opposition happening, a lot of battle with my children and addiction and recovery and mental health. So my wealth journey is finding a solution to a problem that I know I can make impact. And at the end of my life, I will have made a difference, built a legacy income that will go on for years and years and years to do what? To make impact, to build the recovery center, to scholarship. This month I looked at Kelly and I said, when can we start this? And she's like, why don't you just give away 6 scholarships to people that want to go get help? Like, you don't have to wait till you have the building, the ranch, the counselors, the preachers, the teachers, the doctors, the therapists, all the rooms. All you need to do is say, I want to do this. And then you start. And I was like, you know what, Kelly, you're right. Who do you think would come forward and say, I need help? And she's like, I don't know. All you need is 6 people. And then you would know you did X amount to each of those people. And then the money you had would be gone to that. I'm like, that's amazing. So when you think about what is wealth to you, you have to realize that freedom is different for every single person. And what freedom is to you may not be what freedom is to me. Freedom to some people might be $5,000 a month. They're free. They're so happy. Everything's paid for. They can go hang out with their dog and do whatever they want to. But for me, I would need a minimum of $50,000 a month to do what I need to do. A minimum. Because just the employees I have would take half of that, right? So when I think about what wealth is to me compared to what wealth is to you, we might be different, but it doesn't matter as long as you get there. When you say, I am wealthy, what does that look like? And I want you to write that number down. Number 10, it all starts with a dream. And you have to begin with the end in mind. Yes, number 1 was manifesting, but this dreaming sometimes takes permission because we feel bad if we talk about money. We feel bad if we talk about retiring. We feel bad if we say, the day I said, I don't think I'm going to teach dance anymore, the day I said, I don't think I'm going to do hair anymore, it was like, what are all the people going to say when I quit the dance school? What are all the people going to say when I quit doing their hair? What if I move? When there's change, you start to put yourself back in a box because you're so worried about what everyone else thinks. And I want to tell you, the minute that you quit worrying about what everyone else thinks is when you're truly going to have the freedom to go be and do and have all the things that you dream of. And the minute that you dream and give yourself permission that it's okay if you get rich, it's okay if you move, it's okay if you do a different occupation, then everything starts to line up. And you can have it all if you can believe that you can have it all. But most people cannot ever believe that. They can't do it. It's like somewhere deep inside them, they got these beliefs that money is bad, rich people go to hell, nobody can get into the gates of heaven if they have money. Well, that's perception of how you perceive the story, right? It doesn't mean that it's true. I did a workshop with Byron Katie once, and everything I thought it was, is that really true? At the time, I said, suicide is bad. She said, tell me something that nobody's going to change your beliefs on. And I said, suicide, it's bad. It's the worst. There's no good in it. And then at the end of this workshop, she was like, is that really true? Could it have been worse than how it happened? Yeah, it could have been worse. It could have been worse, especially if other people were hurt along the way, or if children had witnessed it. Like, she literally could take you to the worst possible thing and help you find a way that it could have been even worse, so that you would find good in everything. And sometimes it takes time. Losing all of your income, that's bad. But when you see the person that you become during that journey, that's good. So it's ebb and flow. It's constant ebb and flow. And it all starts with a dream, beginning to allow yourself, giving yourself permission that you could actually become that successful. You could have that wild and crazy dream come true, and then thinking about it every single day. And if you can't hold the thought, you're not going to get it. Number 11, clarity is power. Don't think of your goals, think from your goals. So don't think, I want $1 million. Think, I have $1 million. And with the $1 million, I have been able to build a ranch, hire lots of people in my local area, create a way to help others, impact the world, save a life, change a life, bridge a family to come back together that was completely divided with hate and anger, help them to forgive. Like when I think of what I could do with the money doesn't matter. I want to give it all away because I know if I do, it's going to come back tenfold. But when you're in scarcity mindset, you cannot get clear and think from the goal. You think from the lack of instead of that you've already had it. So clarity is power. Don't think of your goals, think from your goals. If you want the car, go sit in the car, smell the car, touch the car, take a picture of you in the car, print the picture, put it all around your house and visualize yourself in the car. Because as long as you keep saying, I want a G-Wagon, I want a BMW, I want a King Ranch dually pickup, I want a boat that has enough room for all of my team and an air conditioner placed down below where I can take the baby, then I'm constantly going to be wanting the boat. But when I go on the boat, I touch the boat, I see the boat, I ride on the boat, I sleep on the boat, I'm going to have the boat because I can visualize myself on the boat. But so many people are afraid to even go do the dream building that they can never get clear and think from it. They always just want. And think about last month, you got exactly what you needed and not $1 more for most people. When you think from the point of what you need, not a wish, not a pipe dream, not a genie in a bottle, like I need whatever amount it is, then you'll get it. But you have to know exactly where you would spend every dollar and what you would do, or you'll never have it. If you don't know what you're going to do with it, you're never going to have it. And I know some of you are going to disagree with me, but you do have the right to be wrong because clarity is power. That's number 11. Clarity is power. That clarity, writing down 6 major things I want to do every single day. Why did I create this planner? Do you want to know why? Here's the whole 30 days of social media content. Here's every single day. 3 things I got to do today. Top 3 things I have to accomplish. What do I need to do? What do I need to follow up with? Projects I'm on right now. People I'm waiting on to move forward. My next call at 10 a.m. I was waiting on people to move forward. I was going to do something. It didn't happen. Now I'm waiting till Monday to do what I was going to do today, but I'm not giving up. I'm just waiting on it because I have to delegate and have other people do certain things for me to hit that goal. And it's every single day, every single day. 3 things I want to accomplish, people I'm waiting on, what I didn't get done, and the end of it, even the bad days when I didn't accomplish anything. What am I grateful for? What did I learn today? What am I going to do tomorrow? More clarity is power. Writing down those 6 major goals every single day. At least 3 have to be accomplished every single day. But the major goals, that chief aim, seeing them. And when I write them as if they've already happened. It feels so good to be at 2 million a month in sales. It feels so good to have 12 people making $1 million a year. It feels so good to have 1,600 new customers in the month of September. It feels so good too. And when I say how good it feels and I visualize it and I know it's going to happen, a year ago, I said, I hope you're ready to move all these pallets in the warehouse because we're going to be number 1. Well, right now we're number 2, but out of 28 companies, and it was bold and it might've been boastful. It might've been uncomfortable for some people, but I was not going to begin and be 2nd or 3rd or 4th the rest of my life. I wanted to be number 1. And if you can get clear on that, I don't care if you're driving a race car, you're playing football, you're dancing, you're in a college class, you're auditioning for a movie, maybe you're trying to lose 50 pounds, maybe you're trying to beat cancer. Whatever it is, when you say you're going to do it, 11, clarity is power. Number 12, more clarity is more power. And when you write it down as if it's already happened and you read from that every single day, you will get it. Tap into your genius. Number 13, We all have talents. We all have skills. We all have gifts. We know what we were meant to do, but we resist those talents. And when you don't do what you know you're good at, I know what my abilities are. I know what my gifts are. I also know what I'm not good at. And sometimes I try to do things I'm not good at. It's like getting a root canal with no deadening, but I try to push through because I'm like, I can do this. And I know I suck at it, but I keep thinking I'm going to become something that I'm not. And I don't. It's better to just know your talents, soar with your strengths, do what you love, follow your interests, and then do every single thing that you can to become great, to bring out the greatness. God created you to be great. You all have certain gifts and talents and strengths. The minute that you step into that, you're going to make more money because you're going to bring more value. Quit playing small. Quit letting someone put a cap on you and a lid on you and a salary on you and a bunch of rules on you. What are you going to stay there for the insurance? What are you going to stay there for the benefits? You got a 401k, you guys, all this money locked away. If you had $100, it's worth 20. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but you playing it safe, I'm telling you, I used to think cash was king. If I had $1 million, I now have 200, right? So is cash really king, or do you want to be stepping into your strength saying, I'm going to create a perpetual money-making machine where the more value I bring, the more money I make, the more I grow, the more I leverage, the more people I help, the more impact I create, the more customers I gather, the more the sales, the more the income. I don't know a lot of ways that people can make $1 million a year morally, ethically, and actually love their life with freedom other than how I do it. So it's how I always teach it. I love real estate. I love investing. I love flipping. I love direct sales. It's the fastest way for the average person to get there. And I see it work over and over and over. But you got to tap into your genius. And if you were in my company and you were in direct sales and you're an introvert, I wouldn't say go become a public speaker. I would teach you how to do it like introverts do it. If you're a public speaker, I would say, why would you be hiding behind a screen trying to do a funnel? Go soar with your strengths. I'm not that good at social selling. I love meeting people. I love helping people. I love sharing and giving. And when I do, it all comes back 10 times. It's why I'm here for you every Saturday morning, giving away free training. You don't see me selling coaching. You don't see me trying to get your credit card. I'm just over here throwing it, just throwing it, right? It's money because knowledge is power. And when you take it and you write it down and then you go use it and it helps you, you're going to be like, Barb brought me so much value today. If I didn't, you would just keep scrolling, right? Some of you are still watching. Some of you leave and come back. Well, I'm almost finished. Number 14, love what you do and the money will follow. If you don't love what you do and you hate what you do, you're going to be full of hate. And hateful people do not attract abundance. Resentful people do not attract abundance. You got to be all love every day. I love helping people. I love being with my family. I love traveling. I love giving. I love making impact. I love helping people get better with their health. I love encouraging people who are struggling with mental health. I love giving people hope. I love thinking of changing the broken system of addiction and recovery. I love helping the underdog win. I love sharing my story of being broke and broken and never thinking I could amount to anything. And now making millions of dollars and giving away so much. I love the idea of sharing with authenticity all the mistakes I made because I know I can help someone else avoid those mistakes. That's all I do. I do what I love every single day. I actually love this. And the money flows where energy goes. So find what you love and go do it with so much enthusiasm and money will flow to you. Imagination trumps will. So you may desire to be skinny, but if you imagine yourself fat, you will always stay fat, even if you starve yourself. Your imagination and the way you see yourself has so much power. It stops most people from ever making the money or connecting with the right people. It's the way they see themselves. Your imagination will conflict exactly what is coming to you. When the will comes in conflict with imagination, the imagination always wins. So if you can't change the way you think about yourself, you can't be a millionaire. If you can't change the way you think about money, you can't make $1 million. If you can't change the way you think about people, the way you imagine it happening is 100% how it's going to be all the time, no matter what you do. Discipline, 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 hard work, hard work, hard work, struggle, 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 because your imagination sees the struggle. You've really got to work on your mindset. First thing we did when we launched a company 9 months ago, my husband did a 21-day mindset challenge. He recorded it. He put it in the courses. He told everyone, listen to it for 21 days, change your mindset, change your life. Change your mindset, make the millions. Change your mindset, attract the people. Change your mindset, get better health. Change your mindset, attract the right mate. Be happier. People don't work on their mindset. Their imagination screws them over every single time because of what they envision. And it doesn't say work your butt off and grow rich. It says think and grow rich. Napoleon Hill wrote the book. All those 12 laws. Chance and Dave both invested in the books. Thousands of dollars to read the 12 laws of success. It really boils down to what is happening up here with our imagination. Number 16, the size of the question determines the size of the result. As you ask yourself better questions, your results will get better. Why did I have a good month? Why did I not have a good month? Why would someone quit my team and go somewhere else? Could I get better? Why? And sometimes you got to say God's business, not my business, my business. Some things never going to be making sense. Never. So you just got to be like, that's in the God's business file. I'm going to quit trying to fix that and figure it out. Why do politicians have to be the way they are? Why do people have to fight over politics? I don't know. There's my business, not my business. Then there's God's business. Here's what I know. At the end of every day, I say, did we pray about this as much as we talked about it? Am I the problem? Is there a solution? Like, think from that standpoint instead of constantly not asking the right questions. Instead of saying, why does this always happen to me? Ask yourself, who else would it be good to happen to? Why not you? Who else would you suggest this happen to? Why is it happening? Why does it always happen? What could you do to get better? And lastly, you already know the answer. Take time to cultivate your intuition and always go with your gut. I knew what I needed to do, but I resisted. I knew 2 years before I gave up. I needed to give up, pivot, and change the route. I just kept taking punch, 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 gut punch, head punch, knockout. Oh, nope, she's still got a pulse, get back up. Eventually you're like, okay, God, I'm going to listen. I should have went with my gut from the beginning. But do you know what I thought in my brain? If I go wave the mental health flag and I really be the whistleblower and I really tell people there is a way, there is a better way, and it's not what you're doing. Will I be loved? Will I be accepted? Will I win? Will I succeed? Will I fail? You got this little man, victory and defeat, victory and defeat. If you just go with your intuition, when you move, God moves, you move, God moves, you move, God moves, and you just got to keep moving, guys. So I can list these 17. I can actually take a picture and screenshot it and put it right in my notes. I did not follow what it says in the book. I spoke from my heart, but I did follow the outline from a book that I read many years ago, and I read it every single year. And that 1 Minute Millionaire book has helped me so much to stay in the right mindset. I don't care what business you're building. 2 years ago, I was not in direct sales. I was taking a break, still did $1 million that year in real estate. I don't care how you decide to go make money. All I care about is it's there for the taking. And if you have a dream in your heart and a burning desire, go get it, because you can be and do and have anything you dream of if you will. Hope you guys have an amazing day. If you got some great content out of this, please share it on your wall. Tag a friend. If you will tag a friend in the comments and share this on your wall, I am going to be doing a drawing at the end of the day. One lucky person is going to get this $39.99 productivity planner that gives you all the secrets that I do every single day, because I want you to win. And I know you can if you will. Here's the hard part. Most people won't. 95% of people struggle. 5% of people are wealthy. And the 5% owns 95% of the wealth. And the 95% want to blame the rich people and think they're lucky, but they're not. The rich people aren't lucky. The rich people did these 17 things, and you can too. Quit hating, start participating, as Darian Jackson said in his last reel. All you got to do is do the right things long enough consistently, and you can too. And I believe in each and every one of you. If you don't believe in yourself, take some of my belief and get started today. Have a great day, and I'll see you next Saturday on No Guts, No Story. Dave, your favorite person needs a favor. Your favorite person needs a favor. And you're just going to love this. It's Layla Radke's birthday, and the bouncy house people just canceled because of rain. They won't bring their bouncy house.
Oh, I'll set it up in my garage. Pick it up.
She just said, I know this is a long shot.
Not a long shot. Sitting in my. Come out.
They are canceling. What are the odds? Text Dave. I'm getting ready to start the company training call. I'm still live. I'm saving a little girl's birthday party, guys. She needs the bouncy house. Text Dave. I'm starting the company training call. Goodness. Have a great day, everyone.